a 0-0 draw this afternoon against Morton. Is it a point gained or 2 dropped?
If you'd asked me, this time last week, and it was coming down here and we were going to get a clean sheet, I would have been happy with that. The frustrations are, we're not scoring goals. That's 3 games under our reign that we've not managed to hit the back of the net. But better feeling today. We changed the formation. Thought Higgy was lively, at the top of the diamond. And credit to the boys that, because it's not easy taking criticism, and rightly so after last week. But I thought the boys at the back defended well. Right for the front, young Callum Smith worked his socks off face, and Ryan's come in. It's a positive that we get a clean sheet and Ryan comes in to a difficult situation where he will come back to his old club right away. But as I say, that's a platform. It doesn't mean we're happy with it, but it gives us a platform now to try and build on.
As you said, pre-match, you maybe would change personnel or formation. You've done a bit of both. Could you just talk us through your thought process coming into the game?
Well, we decided we want to try and get Higgy in a more creative situation, and we're really getting that from in the wider positions. I've seen him play there before when I've worked with him at Falkirk, and we having sort of the 3 under him in the diamond, it gave him that chance to get on it. Did we exploit Morton enough from it? Did we take our chances or get on the end of things? No. But again, it's one game. We went with 2 up front, tried to bring energy with Callum Smith's pace, his enthusiasm, and Face. We decided to go with Face. He's going through a difficult spell in his career, but his attitude's different class in training every day. And Miles was the one that ended up missing out today. We've not scored again, so is it something we look at towards next week? We will. We'll do our homework again, and we'll look back at the game and think if we need to make changes then to try and get ourselves on the score sheet, we will.
Off the top of my head, I think there was only 1 shot on target in the game ahead of Bayel back 2 in the first half. So is that the most frustrating thing for you, just the fact that when we did create things, it wasn't testing their goalkeeper enough? Yeah,
and you're right to bring that point up. I think as a striker, you're based, or people make an opinion on you in goals. If you're not hitting the target, that's why you'll not score goals. At training Thursday, Friday, the boys were great, and then come Saturday it just becomes a little bit more difficult because the game becomes real. But trust me on this, we'll keep working away. We'll keep working away on phases of play, attacking plays, getting people into goal scoring positions, and we have to get them scoring goals in training to give themselves the confidence to do it in matches now.
As you said, it's almost like baby steps in terms of getting that first clean sheet. It must have been a big risk bringing Ryan in today with him only been in a day or 2, but he showed what he's capable of.
It's not so much it being a big risk. Ryan had a very good spell here earlier in his career 4 years ago. Just felt it was the right type, what we needed to bring in to help strengthen us. As I say, the back 4 were solid. Craggs, must be frustrating for him at the moment. He's having to play right back for us. Rizo's now got a week training under his belt. He'll get another good strong week under, which hopefully gives competition for places there and maybe allows us to go and push Craggs further forward. So the frustrating things that sometimes you don't see behind the scenes, that we lost Mark Durnan again to a knee knock during the week, and Lewis Martin, is still struggling a wee bit with a hamstring injury. If we get the 2 back and then, competition for places, it allows Craggs to go forward, and then, we have to get a belief in ourselves that we're going to actually start taking chances.
Is it a case of, looking at maybe in the cold light today at the positive fact that we have gained ground on 4th position, albeit just a point, but it's still closing that gap that has to be viewed as a good sign? Listen,
we had to come down here today and we had to make sure that we had, first and foremost, we put on a performance. I'm not saying it was a pleasing to the eye performance, but we come down here today and we get turned over with Morton, then there's questions asked. We've come away, Ryan, clean sheet on his debut. Thought the boys worked hard. I'm not saying it's that we're accepting coming down here and taking a point, but it's given ourselves a platform, and I can't stress it enough. It's given us a platform now to try and catapult us up the league to now looking at 4th place.
that clean sheet today must give a lot of confidence, especially going into the game next week against the league leaders, because you know that you'll be tested defensively then, so it must give the whole back four and Ryan a lot of confidence.
You know, the whole team, Terman, the whole team worked hard today. It's not just a case of Ryan coming in, it's not just a case of the back four. The whole team worked hard. It's then having that wee bit of guile, the wee bit of intelligence, how to unlock the defence, where to run in the box, when to run, what type of movement to get there. And you know, you can't just give the boys that all within the space of 2 weeks. What we will do is, myself and Greg will work away on things. We'll have a look at the game and see where we're at. Are people making the right runs? Are we putting in the right type of delivery? Are we taking the right options when it's on to shoot? Is it on to pass? That's something that we'll analyse. As I say, it's a work in progress and something that we're not going to shy from.
As I'm sure you'll appreciate, the fans will be wanting to see any new faces coming in this week, kind of lift the mood further around the place. Are you able to kind of divulge anything further in terms of how many numbers you're looking at, or if it's going to be permanent signings? Is there anything more you could say to what you've already said?
Listen, I'd love to say that we're going to go out and sign X, Y and Z, but at the moment we're working behind the scenes. The chairman's obviously, you know, working tirelessly as well to try and help us. But we can't just go out and sign a body for the sake of signing a body. It's got to be something that, if a player comes in or two players come in, it's got to be something that's going to add to allow us to try and finish in fourth, at least in fourth place in the league. So it's frustrating as it is. I know supporters can see that we possibly need to strengthen in attacking areas. Equally, with the injury situation at the moment, we've got to address maybe that we might have to add somebody in defensive area as well. So it's something that we'll continue to work on till the deadline's over. And as I say, we'll try our best to freshen up the squad.
And just finish up, what's your overall message for the Pars fans this weekend, who once again travelled in good numbers?
They'll go home frustrated. We're frustrated, the boys are frustrated in there, but just like to thank them, you know, on a difficult afternoon. The disappointment from the previous two results, but they stuck by us. They'll continue to stick by us, and we can only say that we've got to try and start putting on performances and start scoring goals that they can go home with a smile on their faces.
Thanks very much.